Welcome to another episode of Rob's World of Boxing. Let's get it. Alright, I want to get into this video. Talk about the fights that transpired over the weekend. Saturday, November 26th, 2022. And talk about the upcoming fights this weekend coming. December 1st, 2022. And also touch on a few other topics that, that's been grinding my gears, man. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. All right, the first fight I want to talk about, it was, as I stated, it transpired November 26th, Saturday, November 26th on Fight TV. I'm not sure what promoters that is with Fight TV. It was in Carson, California. The main event was Regis Progais versus Jose Cepeda. It came on at 6 p.m. Eastern time. It was a pay-per-view contest. Pay-per-view. All right. The first fight I want to talk about was a 6-round contest at junior middleweight. Junior middleweight is 154 pounds. If you did know, it was between Fernando Vargas Jr. and Alejandro Martinez. Fernando Vargas Jr. was 6-0, 6 KOs. He's 26 years of age. Alejandro Martinez was 3-2, 1-2. So yeah, nothing to write home about. All right. Fernando Vargas Jr. turned pro in 2020, so he's late to the sport, but he's racked up 6-0, 6 KOs in the time, so that's pretty good feat in the span he's been boxing. All right, Vargas Jr. was way bigger than his opponent in this fight. That's what jumped off the TV at me. He was showing good patience as well with his jab. He wasn't rushing in. He seen his opponent was overmatched, for him, but he wasn't, overzealous, and he wasn't, putting himself in compromising positions, to get countered. So I really respect that, and I really admire that, from the young Vargas, his patience. All right, ended up being a second-round KO win for Vargas, a nasty uppercut after flooring his opponent, and his opponent got up. Vargas hit him with that uppercut, turned his lights out, man. It was all she wrote. I like Fernando Vargas Jr. a lot. I just want him to get more experience in there, man. He's 26 years of age. He can't be, slow-tracked. He need to be fast-tracked. Throw him in that diamond lane, man, and get him where he need to go. But I like him, man. I just want to see more of him. Good job, Fernando Vargas Jr. Also, his little brother, Amado Vargas, was on the undercard. He also got a win. He was on the non-televised portion, though. Amado Vargas is 5-0, 2 KOs. His opponent was 1-2, no KOs. Amado got the unanimous decision win against his opponent. So, in the last couple weeks, all of Fernando Vargas' kids, that's boxing. I don't know if he have any more kids. The ones that's boxing, have got wins, man. The two older ones. Well, I think Amado's 22 and Emiliano is 18. So Emiliano and Fernando Jr. by knockouts, and Amado got the win, man. Unanimous decision. Good job, Vargas family. I really like them all, man. I like them all. I feel like they could make some money in a sport, man. They could be some cash cows, and if they eventually all sign with Top Rank, and Bob Arum, I feel like he'll push them along, just right. All right, next fight I want to talk about on the card was a 10-round contest of junior middleweight. Junior middleweight is 154 pounds, as I just stated. It was between Charles Conwell and Juan Abreu. Charles Conwell was 17-0, 13 KOs, 25 years of age. And Juan Abreu was 25-6 with 1 draw, 23 KOs. Okay, Charles Conwell, the 2016 Olympian, man. He was the youngest member of the 2016 Olympic team, actually. But he's been he's been kind of dealing with some things, man, mentally after he I ain't gonna say after but after a fighter died, after a fight with him from injuries sustained in the fight. So he was dealing with a lot. Patrick Day, I want to say R.I.P. to Patrick Day too. That was a fighter. So he was dealing with a lot after that, man. Basically killed the man in the ring, man. So I know that had to weigh on his conscience pretty heavy. And if you haven't killed someone, or I ain't even gonna say kill someone, if you know what he did, man. But if you haven't been in that position, you really can't judge him, or you really can't, say, hey, what's going on with Charles? Because, man, come on, man. That was somebody's son. That was somebody, probably somebody's dad. That was a young man. So it was a lot weighing on him. But nonetheless, man, he is back in there, man. And he's a dog, man. I fuck with Charles Conwell, man. I fuck with Charles Conwell a lot. All right, man. He has a very unusual style. His guard is high. He moves side to side. He reminds me of a smaller Mike Tyson. He got like a Mike Tyson type stance. But yeah, Conwell got cut in the first round from a clash of heads. I guess his corner, they did an okay job of, stopping the bleeding, but the cut was pretty gruesome, so he had to deal with it all night long. But he dealt with it, man, and he made pretty easy work of Abreu, man. It's just different levels, and Charles Conwell showed the level difference, even with the cut, man. Like, it is what it is, man. I'm gonna get through it. I'm gonna show you who I am, man. But it ended up being a majority decision win for Charles Conwell. One judge had it 95-95, a draw. I don't know how he came to that conclusion, And another judge had it 96-94, and the last judge had it 92-98 for your winner, Charles Conwell, man. Giving Conwell the majority decision win, advancing his record to 18-0. What the fuck? 18-0. What is he? 18-0 with 13 KOs. Good job, Charles Conwell. Like I said, man, I like Conwell a lot. I want to see more Conwell now that he's back in the ring. I would like to see him with the best at 154 pounds. He did another player in there at 154 pounds, man. I could see him in there with a Tony Harrison. He said after the fight he wanted Danny Garcia. I could see him in there with a Danny Garcia. I could see him in there with Sebastian Fundora. I could see him in there with the best at 154 pounds, man. And that's where I want to see him. I got a lot of faith in Charles Conwell, man. I like Charles Conwell a lot. Good job, Charles Conwell. All right. Next fight I want to talk about was a 10-round contest at heavyweight. Heavyweight is the big boys. It was Baraka Drop, Jaloof, and Curtis Harper. Baraka Drop Jaloof was 11-0, 11 KOs. He's 6'7", 28 years of age. He's from Uzbekistan. And Curtis Harper was 14-0, 11 KOs. His claim to fame was the shortest boxing match ever. It was a 1 second. As soon as the bell rang, it was against Efi Ajaba. And as soon as the bell rang, he just walked out the fight. So yeah, that was shortest. That's his claim to fame, shortest fight in boxing history. All right, and Barack Jalafa, he's a Olympic gold medalist. He beat Richard Torre Jr. to get the gold in 2020. So yeah, man, he has a lot of amateur experience, man. He has a highly decorated amateur career, so he's highly skilled and he's big as hell. All right, yeah, man, it was a level difference, man. It was a straight left that dropped Harper in a third round, man. And in a fourth round, Harper got KO'd with the Same left, man, and a slew of other punches. Yeah, man. Barack Jalop, he might be a fucking problem at heavyweight. We got another player, just like at 154 with Charles Conwell. We got another player at heavyweight, man, with Jalop, man. He's big, like I said, and he's skilled, man. He's like a big Tyson, he's like a Olympic skilled Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury do have skills, though, so they both got skills, but man, oh man, he might be on Tyson Fury level. I don't know, man. I want to see more of him, but I want to see him there with the upper echelon of heavyweight. So let's get off those Curtis Harper type fighters. Speed him along, man. So speed him along. We ain't got too many heavyweights. He should do well. All right, good job, Jaluf. All right, next fight I want to talk about was a 10-round contest for the IBF WBO women's belt, women's junior flyweight belt. Junior flyweight is 108 pounds. If you didn't know, it was between Yocosta Valley and Evelyn Bermudez. Yocosta Valley was 26-2, 9 KOs. Evelyn Bermudez was 17-0, 1 draw. She was the IBF and WBO champ, man. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't really watch the fight. What I did see though was a majority decision win for Yocosta Valley. One judge had a 95-95, another judge had a 99-91, and the final judge had a 97-93. All field winner, Yocosta Valley. And she became a 3-division champ in that fight, man, gaining the IBF and WBO belt from Evelyn Bermudez. Good job, Yocosta Valley. All right. Next fight I want to talk about is the main event, man. The reason everybody came, the reason everybody was watching it, the reason I was watching it, the reason I was tuning in, man. Oh yeah, those Vargas brothers. I wanted to see them too, but I really wanted to see Regis Progais, man. That's all I wanted to see. All right, it was a 12-round contest at junior welterweight. Junior welterweight is 140 pounds. If you didn't know, as I stated, it was between Regis Progais and Jose Cepeda. Regis Progais was 27-1, 23 KOs. Jose Cepeda was 35-2, 27 KOs. All right, lead up into the fight, the week of the fight, Cepeda was involved in a small car accident. He said it was a little fender bender, not too big, but that, it's the week of the fight, man, so we don't need no car accident. So, it could have, weighed on him in a fight, man. I'm not saying it did, but it could have. All right? I never noticed how elusive Regis Progais is in there. No lie, he's elusive as hell. He has good waist movement. He move his waist, man. He keeps his head out the way. He has a very herky-jerky type style, though. He has an awkward style. But, man, it works for him. It works for him. It's good movement. It's, it's keeping his head off the line. It's giving people levels. It's doing a whole lot of different shit. It's weird, but I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. And it works for him, man. But, Cepeda got cut in the 4th round from a punch that Progais put on him. Among other things, he was beating on that boy. Like I said, man, Regis dominated this fight all night, man. Then closed the show in an 11th round with an explosive, very, very explosive left hand that floored Jose Cepeda, man, and gave Regis Progais the win, man. It was actually a left hand that got it started. Bow, he had left hand hook, and it caught Cepeda off guard, and that's the punch that opened up everything. And once he hit him with that, he just finished the job with a slew of other punches and another left hand in the corner, and got him out of there, giving him the win. It was a 11th round KO win for Regis Progais, becoming a 2-time champ, man. He's champ again. He got the WBC belt at 140 pounds. Put some respect on his name, man. So now all them niggas all them guys who was running from him, talking about he need a belt, you need this, now they got to come see him, I want to see him in there with all these, these big dogs at 140, man. The Ryan Garcias, all these Tank Davises, and all these guys. Tank is true, but all these other guys, man, who say they Teofimo Lopez, all these guys, man, who just came to 140 and trying to, act like they the big dogs at the weight, man. When y'all got the real big dog, he the real big dog at 140, man. He been here, he ain't going nowhere. He done stated this is gonna be his weight for the rest of his career, if he has, anything to do with it, So he the dog at the weight, man. Y'all want to get them belts, y'all want to get some respect put on y'all name at 140. Come see Regis, man. Other than that, I don't want to hear it. Y'all did good at 135. Javante jumping all over the place. You know what I'm talking about? T.O., you did okay at 135. You still lost. And let's see what you do at 140, man. Come see Regis, man. But yeah, man, he's the man at 140 pounds. He made that be known, getting his second belt at 140, man, for the second time. Was another belt at 140 for the second time. All right, yeah, I fuck with Regis, man. I fuck with Regis a lot. All right, next fight I want to talk about, next fight card I want to talk about. I ain't even gonna talk about the whole card. I'm just gonna talk about the main event. It was a DAZN card in London, England, in Wembley Stadium. It also happened on Saturday, November 26, 2022. All right, it was a 12-round contest of heavyweight. Heavyweight is the big boys. It was Dillian Whyte versus Jermaine Franklin. All right, Dillian Whyte was a back-and-forth contest. I didn't get either fight a record. I ain't gonna lie. I think Dillian Whyte, he lost like 3 fights at this point in his career, like 35-3 or something. Jermaine Franklin, he was actually an undefeated fighter. I think 26-0. It was against the fight. Now it was a back-and-forth contest, man, with one judge having a 115, a draw. Another judge had a 116 to 112. Well, the last two judges had it 116 to 112, giving it to your winner by majority decision. Dillian Whyte getting back on his winning ways, man, trying to get, to another belt. Maybe he said he'll rather fight, after the fight, he said he'll rather fight Anthony Joshua than Deontay Wilder. He said he'll rather fight Anthony Joshua for $50 million than Deontay Wilder for $100 million, because Deontay Wilder's washed up in his opinion, But yeah, like I said, man, I feel like Dillian Whyte, he's kind of washed up too, man. He done lost like 3 or 4 times. And yeah, man, I feel like it was a robbery against Jermaine Franklin, but just because they were trying to keep the money train going, and Jermaine Franklin's pretty much an unknown. But I feel like the fight was close enough. You could have gave it to Jermaine Franklin. So I don't really want to see Dillian Whyte in there with no real big dog. Like, they asked Joshua after the fight, do you want to fight Dillian? He like, for what? Why? What's the point? And that's what I'm thinking. Like, what's the point? I see him in there with maybe a fucking Andy Ruiz or something, or maybe maybe the other guy who just knocked Cuz out the last. What's his name? Fucking damn, what's the nigga name? I was just talking about in the heavyweight. He just knocked something out. Yeah, anyway. The guy who just knocked out Curtis Harper, I was just talking about. Yeah, I forgot his name. But shit, yeah, maybe he can get in there with him. Show me what he could do against these young guys. Because I feel like you had every chance in the world to become champ, man. It just didn't happen. Maybe it just ain't in the cards for you. Maybe it just ain't in the cards. But nonetheless, man, good job, Dillian Whyte, getting that win. All right, next fight I want to talk about, it was also a DAZN card in the UK. It also happened November 26, 2022. Saturday, November 26. It was a 12-round contest, 168 pounds. 168 pounds is super middleweight. If you didn't know, it was between John Ryder and Zach Parker. John Ryder was 31-5, 18 KOs. Zach Parker was 22-0, 16 KOs. All right. I just knew Parker was gonna get this win, man. Just knew it. Because the winner, he actually becomes mandatory to Canelo Alvarez WBO belt. I know, Parker really wanted that, man. Get that bag, man. But nonetheless, man, he didn't get it, man. End of the 4th round, Zach Parker got injured. He injured his right hand, giving John Ryder the 4th round TKO win. versus Zach Parker, man. I really thought Zach Parker was gonna win this fight. As I stated, he was 22-0, 16 KOs. On the road to Canelo. And his right hand, stopped that, man. I guess it was too bad to continue. I know a lot of fighters who have continued, with broken hands. Gary Russell Jr., Floyd Mayweather a couple times. I don't see. Maybe it was just, I don't know, shit. I would like to have seen him continued, and go a little further, man. Maybe he could have won that fight just using one hand. You never know. But nonetheless, John Ryder got the fight. Got the win in that fight, and he's probably going to get the fight against Canelo next. For Canelo's comeback fight, I think he's coming off of shoulder surgery or something like that. So I know he's not going to jump in there with no, top contenders his next fight, Canelo being. So I fully expect him to get in there with John Ryder. And I have fully expected him to get in there with Zach Parker. So yeah, good job, John Ryder, getting that Canelo fight. All right, let's talk about the fights that's on the horizon this weekend. The fights is going to transpire Saturday, December 3rd. I know I said the first in the beginning of the video. I don't know what the hell I was talking about. All right, but the first fight I want to talk about is going to happen Saturday, December 3rd. It's going to be in London, England, on ESPN, ESPN Plus. That's Bob Arum, all those guys, top ranked. It's going to be a 12-round contest at heavyweight. Heavyweight is the big boys, as I stated a few times in this video, so you should know that. All right, it's going to be between Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury, and Derek Chisora. Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury, is 32-0, 1 draw, 23 KOs, 6'9". He stands at 6'9", with 85-inch reach. He's 34 years of age. He's the WBC champion. He's also the lineal champion at the heavyweight division. All right, his opponent, Derek Chisora. He's 33-12, 23 KOs. His last fight, his last fight. He done lost 3 out of 5 fights. So he's on a downward spiral. He's also 38 years of age, so this might be his last hurrah. Maybe he's Tyson Fury's friend or something like that. I don't know. Tyson want to give him a check for his last fight or something, because that's all I see this as being, is a check grab for Derek Chisora. He's been getting beat on, as his record shows, and he's lost 3 of his last 5 fights. And he's getting a shot at the champion. I don't understand it. Only thing I can imagine is it's like a hoorah fight for him, and it's like a parade type fight for Tyson Fury, just parading his talents in front of his home country, and letting them see, their man in work, and like a victory lap, before he start going to beat on some more upper echelon heavyweights. All right, so that's all I see this being. I see Tyson Fury making easy work of Derek Chisora, very easy work. He might take it, to 12 just to play with him and get him some work in. But I don't really see that happening. I see Tyson Fury getting a 6, 7 round KO win for Tyson Fury. Continue with his winning ways, man, on the road to Alexander Usyk to unify those belts. All right, next fight I want to talk about that's going to happen on that card is Daniel Dubois versus Kevin Lerena. It's a 12-round contest at heavyweight. Heavyweight, the big boys, I just said. Daniel Dubois is 18-1. He lost to my guy. I forget his name. Joe Joyce. He lost to Joe Joyce. All right, Daniel Dubois is 18-1, 17 KOs, 25 years of age. He's won 3 straight after his first career loss to Joe Joyce, man. So he's put that behind him, and he's winning. All right, his opponent, Kevin Lerena. He's 28-1, 19 KOs, 30 years of age. He's a southpaw. He's only lost 1 fight, and that came in 2014. It was an unanimous decision loss. So he hasn't lost in about 7-8 years, man. So that's saying something. Freaking I haven't seen much of Kevin Lerena, so I'm not gonna even, I'm not gonna disrespect him like that. I'm saying he's a bad fighter. I haven't seen much of him. I've seen Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois is pretty nice. I don't know about his heart though. He's He's a quitter. You know, I do know that about him. But so if Kevin Lorena can break, push him to the point of quitting, maybe he can get that win. But Daniel Dubois has won 3 straight after quitting. So I don't know, man. Like I said, I ain't got no faith in Daniel Dubois though, man. I don't fuck with quitters, bro. So I'm gonna pick Kevin Lorena in this fight, man. And I said majority decision win for Kevin Lorena. All right. Let's talk about the next fight I want to talk about. And the last fight that's gonna happen over the weekend of Saturday, December 3rd. It's in Glendale, Arizona. It's the DAZN card. DAZN's Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, all those guys. It's for the WBC belt, the vacant WC belt. It's a 12-round contest of super flyweight. Super flyweight is 115 pounds. If you didn't know, it's between Juan Francisco Estrada and Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. Juan Francisco Estrada is 43-3, 28 KOs, 32 years of age, and he's from Mexico. Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez, he's 51-3, 41 KOs, 35 years of age, from Nicaragua. This is actually a rematch. Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez lost to Estrada by a split decision in 2021. So, yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing this rematch. Chocolatito Gonzalez, he was once rated the best pound-for-pound fighter in boxing, man. And since then, he's, lost a couple times, to, who he fucking, Sarangasai, he lost a couple times to him. Both by knockout, one by vicious knockout. And he also lost to Juan Francisco Estrada. And since then, Juan Francisco Estrada, has been winning ever since. While Chocolatito's been losing, he's been winning. So it's like the tale of two fighters. One fighter is on the, back end of his career. Other fighters on the up and up. Both fighters have only lost 3 times. So we're gonna see who can. I ain't gonna lie. And Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez's last fight, he looked good. I forget who he fought, but he looked good as hell too. So yeah, man, it should be a good one, man. It should be a good fight against two of the, best guys at 115 pounds, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. I feel like Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez, man, looked good enough in his last fight to pull it out. This fight, man, to have that, to have that, the way he fought last fight carry over into this fight. And that's what I fully expect. I feel like Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez is going to get the unanimous decision win versus Juan Francisco Estrada. All right. Yeah, man, that's the weekend of boxing for December 3rd. Or Saturday, December 3rd. That's all the fights that's going to happen that weekend. All right. All right. Some fights that is happening early next year is the fight that is happening is Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia. But I actually thought Gervonta Davis was going to fight Ryan Garcia in January, which is not the case. Gervonta Davis is going to fight, he has signed up to fight Ryan Garcia in April. And he's going to fight Hector Garcia in January 1st. All right. Hector Garcia, he's 16-0, 10 KOs. He's from the Dominican Republic. He's the WBA champ at 130 pounds. I'm not sure what weight the fight is going to be at, maybe 130. He put his name on the map when he, beat the hell out of Chris Colbert, who was a good prospect at 130 pounds. Everybody thought he was going to be the next champ at 130 pounds until he ran into Hector Garcia. And Hector Garcia beat the hell out of him. And he made the bitch come out of Chris Colbert, man. Had Chris Colbert in there running around the ring like he was winning. Man, go see that fight. That shit crazy. Made me lose respect for Chris Colbert. I don't even like him no more as a fighter. But yeah, so Gervonta Davis supposed to fight Hector Garcia in January, man. And yeah, I feel like he gonna show Hector Garcia he ain't no Chris Colbert, man. He gonna show him with all that, bravado and all that swag, really do, man. It don't get in the ring and run around, man. They get in the ring and all that back up what it was talking about, man. Man, I fully expect Gervonta Davis to put it on Hector Garcia. Man, I say a fifth round KO for Gervonta Tank Davis, man. His road to Ryan Garcia doing the same thing, KOing both Garcias. That's what I see for Gervonta in 2023, excuse me. All right, also a fight I wanted to talk about that happened last weekend that I didn't even really pay no attention to. I didn't even really peep it was on or happening. Cause I don't really be, on little play fights like that. I don't, really be on them. But it was Hakeem Rahman Jr. versus Greg Hardy. Hakeem Rahman Jr. was 12-1, and the Greg Hardy was 2-0 with 1 KO, man. And, goddamn, that boy Hakeem Rahman, it might be over for you, man. You are not your dad, man. You are not your dad, or maybe not even your little brother, man. Cause, whoo, you didn't let Greg Hardy beat the hell out you, boy. Ain't he a D lineman? Ain't he a football player, bro? A UFC fighter? He do everything. Oh, I fuck with Greg Hardy, though. I ain't gonna lie. That boy got hurt. He got hard. He hits hard. He's a monster. I fuck with Greg Hardy, man. But seeing Rockman Jr., man, got basically, he was finna get KO'd by him, but he didn't. He didn't get his ass beat for 4 rounds by Greg Hardy, man. And I don't know where you go from here. You might as well fight a Jake Paul, get the bag. I see Jake Paul fuck with you, man. Y'all might be friends or something, man. I see he might have been kind of apprehensive about fighting you at first because you are a real boxer. But Jake, fight this nigga. You can beat him. He ain't got nothing. He get hit a few times. He's out of there. You seen what Greg Hardy just did to that man? Fight him. Get a bag. He ain't gonna beat you. You gonna beat him. Guaranteed. I have no faith in Hakeem Rahman Jr. His boxing career is over at this point, man. He's you might as well just be a YouTube fighter, man. Make you a YouTube page, man. Start talking about some fights, man, like I do. Or do something else on YouTube. I don't know. Talk about anything, man. Just getting there with the other YouTubers, man. Make that your career, man. Because you ain't got it. Just ain't got it. But, yeah, man. Nonetheless, man, it was a good weekend of boxing. The past weekend happened. This upcoming weekend of boxing was a pretty good weekend. Yeah, man. Like, comment, subscribe, all that shit, people. Rob's World of Boxing. Yeah.